Welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay, so last session we did open one pull request for the memory leaks in the prop buffer. I do have a few more pending edits here, but maybe some of these can be thrown away. I think we can merge this one here. Let me verify that this is correct. This looks like a pretty straightforward optimization. If it is not incorrect, remove props for construction. Anything changed? What is this? Remove props for construction. Remove prop. Removes a prop. Is this called this function? It is. Base height map render object class. Adds. Removes a prop from the prop buffer. Removes all props from the prop buffer. Yeah. Base height map. Yeah. Okay. Remove prop. Remove prop. What happens if we add a prop multiple times with the same ID? Is that possible? I don't know. Add prop. Add prop 1. Huh? What is this? Why is there a hard-coded ID here? What is this? Okay, maybe the ID doesn't work the way I think it does. Hold on a moment. Add prop. Huh. It always calls it with ID 1. What is this? Not always. Here it uses the drawable ID. Okay, well, I put a breakpoint here. Let me see what that is. Pragma optimize off. Pragma optimize off. All right. It's never called. Add prop. It's a shame. It is called. Call stack, start new game, add prop. Yeah. Start new game, loading save game prop. Yeah. Where's this? Add prop. Where's it calling add prop here? Is fluff. What does that mean? Okay, this can be called multiple times. Look at that. Oh boy. Okay. Huh. Okay, never mind then. Looks like there can be multiple props with the same ID for some reason. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Well, in that case, let me reset these guys. Forget about this shit. Yeah. Yeah, what about these things here? I don't have any evidence that this causes leaking here. Generate culling tree. Let me double check if these things are okay. So this here we added this save release thing. Where's this called? Let me see. Low W3D. Okay. If cull tree is null. Okay. Scale. Okay. So it's already covered. So that means we can actually here we can debug assert crash cull tree equals null. Cull tree is not null. Cull tree leak. Leaking. Okay, we got that. Yeah. Right. And what about these guys here? H-slots. Not sure about these things here. put a breakpoint in here and boot it up. We should probably remove the heap profiling. Yeah. So. Okay, here we have a hit, and it's all null. Yeah. What's the caustic? Free. It calls free here before. Okay, that's interesting though. Calls free here. Does it also account to lots? Hold on. Load with 3D free. Yeah, it also deletes a lot. And then sorry, what is lots? And then here it allocates new ones, right? And redata. Yeah. Yeah, here. So this this function is only called here. Yeah, okay. Then this guarantees that these guys are always null. Let me also add a debug assert crash here. Model name equals null. Model name leaking. Okay, we can do that. Geometry. Okay, what about these guys here? Maybe we just put this assert here. Yeah. Maybe this is good enough here. The debug assert crash, and we don't do all this here, even though I mean this is clear in the list. I mean, it's kind of odd that here. You're just making random tasks. Yeah. Okay, so this here never really happened, so it doesn't seem to be really a problem. WW assert not render task head. So this is expected to be null here already. Yeah. Then why do we have this function here? What is this bullshit? That's weird. Do we want to keep this? Maybe. Random mesh, shut down, validate, clear, free memory, clear. What is this here? Visible decoy meshes. Leak fix. Let's run. Shut down. Actually, hold on. Is that invalidate already doing that? Skin. Then this one here is also just a duplicate because it's already part of invalidates. Yeah. Okay, so it's a camera null. This null invalidates. That should do. Okay, this we can revert. This reverts. Okay, and this one here. Okay, so we have a few more safety checks in there, but it fixes nothing. This is just a refactor. Yeah, it's just a refactor. Well, that's okay. I think we can propose this as a change. It's fine. Okay, let me see if the game still works. Yeah. Basically, load into level. Load into level and exit, and if everything works, then we're good. Okay. Okay. Exit. Main menu. Okay. Cool. Good. Then I would say we simply create a. We need to stash this and create a new branch. Refactor memory checks, refactor memory checks, I don't know. Stash pop. So we simply say add a few checks. Add a few checks for verifying a few checks for verifying null pointers. I'd say to avoid memory leaks, to warn of memory leaks. Okay. GenZH to do replicates in generals. As I was investigating memory leaks, I saw a few odd places and saw a few places that warranted adding asserts for null pointers. There's a memory leak with what was it called? Render tasks. There's a memory leak with render tasks, but I have not been able to figure out what the problem is. I did properly implement the clear render list. The clear render list function now and added an assert in destructor. It does not. It did not solve it. Let's say the function is now properly implemented, and an assert was added in the destructor. It did not solve the problem. As I was investigating memory leaks, I saw a few places that weren't adding asserts for null pointers, just to be safe. There's a memory leak with there currently is a memory leak with render task, but I have not been able to figure out what the problem is. It's not properly implemented. Asserts was added to the destructor. It did not solve it. But I guess it is a start for the investigations. refactor minor. This change fixes and changes nothing. What's that? Fixes. This change fixes nothing. I hope I implemented this correctly. While render task is not null. Next is that, yeah. Delete render task head, yes. Render task head equals next, yeah. I think that's correct. Okay, I think that's fine. Good. Okay, then let's have the build. Okay. Okay, let's close here whatever we have open. That's quite a lot of junk. Okay, we have stuff here. Num props are already set to 0. Been set here. I replaced the call to clear all pops because there's nothing to clear. Yeah. Technically even are useless because of the above, but never mind that. The constructor also sets initialized twice. Uncaught exception. What is this? Uncaught exception. Oh, okay. I think this is a very recent issue. I started seeing it yesterday. I was playing a Twilight Flame match using a build from the straight pro ability yesterday. The game crashed about 15 minutes into the game. ParticleSystemManager update. My suspicion is that this is an original game issue. It would be nice to catch this in debugger. However, updates. System manager updates. Yeah, that's. It was already touched by us. Look at that. Must increment the list iterator. Okay, so my suspicion is that this pointer is garbage. How about we look a bit over this? Oof. How does this work? Find erase. Okay, that looks safe. Destroy attached systems. Huh. Let me put a breakpoint here. That looks weird. How about we compile and debug? That looks extremely strange. Because it destroys, but it doesn't remove it from the list, right? That's weird. Yeah. 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 Yeah, this looks dangerous, doesn't it? What does this destroy do? Unless this is destroyed. Stop emitting, wait for all of our particles to die. To die, then destroy. It's destroyed. So it just it doesn't delete it straight away. Okay, and where does it destroy then? Oof. This one is wrong, isn't it? Get particle count. Oof. What if the front was null? Then this would loop infinitely. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. List. Okay, so if we delete a particle system, it erases itself from the list. Yeah. This is my understanding of this matter here. Destroy all particles in the air. Destroy all particles in the air. Particle system manager. Remove particle system. This. Okay, and this one. That erases it. I see. If not, sys continue. Sys update is false. Delete. Yeah. Delete. How can I I mean, the management of the list looks complicated enough to warrant that there is maybe some error somewhere, right? What is this comment here? That was easy. Oh boy. So typically, like if code looks complicated, there's always a chance that it doesn't do the right thing, right? I find this here very interesting that it says destroy here. Yeah. Yeah. Destroy attached systems. I wonder. I wonder. I have a theory. Like, what if this call delete instance could destroy more than one particle system, and a particle system that covers the next element that we would want to iterate on? Is that possible? Maybe. So if we go into if we go to the constructor of the particle system, and destroy all particles in the air. Oh, yeah, I think that's it, right? So it can destroy more particles. So these are more particle systems. No, that's something else. It's a particle. But here, slave system. Master system, slave system. Can this destroy, tell any of our slave systems that we are going away? Any master system that we are going away? Destroy all particles. Okay. Remove particle system. No. Okay, it looks like it only destroys one, not multiples. No. If it would destroy multiples in one go, this could have been a problem, but this seems to be fine. Yeah. Was there maybe more here to it? Let's see. No, that looks fine. Set slave. Fine. Set master. It only destroys one instance, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this one. It looks fine. I don't see anything wrong here. Yeah. Updates. Destroy ourselves. Destroy. It's destroyed. Destroy. Destroy. Is destroy false? True. What is this supposed to mean? If there's a null particle in the list, how's that helpful? That seems weird. Is it possible? Can we hold on? Is there ever a chance that we have a null system in there? Where do we add systems? Here, push back. Particle system to add. Add particle system. So as long as we don't add a null particle here, I think nothing. Yeah, that's so this. It should never contain null entry. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay, so to me it looks like we can do a debug assert crash. It's not null. Particle system is null. Yeah. This one here looks super stupid. Um, this one. Why don't we say while? While not empty. To me, particle stuff looks solid. Yeah. Yeah. System. Begin and cite plus plus. Yeah. is really quite inefficient, isn't it? Well, it's searching from the beginning, so that's not too bad. Yeah. Iterate each particle. I'm not seeing the problem here. It could be a crash in updates, right? Same error. Stack dump unknown. Hard to say. Here we can add a debug assert crash for what is this value? Unsigned int is %u. Not 0. Do else. Debug crash. public system to remove was not recognized. Anything else you can do? Crash. Right. Right. Okay, is there anything else we need to do here? I don't know. There's a oops. There's a map called oof. I think it's a 6-player map. Yeah. This one. This one is seen as an unfavorable map because it has some sort of particle effect on there, that which apparently is leaking. Not found. Okay. Okay. Here it has these particle effects here. And some players say that this causes crashes or so. But the scrolling is so slow. Oh, that's better. sets. Oh, he's right. It's okay. Can be separate change. To communicate that these are intentionally not listed. And no one thinks they should be added. I can make that more clear. Should I make that more clear? Results. Okay, so this change here, yeah. Do we even need the assert crash then? Let me think about that. I mean, as long as we're not adding a null here, system is null. Why did they check for null? That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Effector ParticleSystemManager null checks. Null tests. ZH remove unnecessary particle system null tests in ParticleSystemManager. Labels factor minor. To replicates in generals. This change removes the misleading they are misleading and make the reader think that there can be null systems in the list, but this is expected to be impossible. If there was a null entry, then ParticleSystemManager reset would have entered an infinite loop. Let me double check that. So before it has get particle count if front, so that means if it's not null, and then it deletes instance. So if it was null, this would loop forever. This code here, this would have looped forever, and so it can't be the case that there's a null. It just can't be. No. This is impossible. There was a null entry in the list when trying to clear the list. Okay, so he wants me to remove this here. Okay. Implement remove prereq. Implement remove prereq. Mm. 3480. 3840. No, 3480. 3480. What is he referring to here? What is this? Did we touch it or not? Okay, that I can do. Results, yeah. Results. Under construction. Just gonna have thing in production. I liked this before better. Fixed. Okay, what is this? Give all sciences. Give all sciences. Okay, let's cheat. Okay, let me search for get logged player in this file. Current documents. You're right. It looks to be an unnecessary test. There are multiple functions that test and not test. I think it is better to refactor this in a separate change. there are multiple sections. Okay, so regarding this one here, how can we okay, somehow it doesn't find it. Ah, because we're only searching in this file. Is usable in multiplayer. Maybe what we can do is turn false. Address review comments. Addressed. Someone is happy about this, Cabal. So hackers' money making sounds. Looks good, okay. Good to good. Okay, let me look at this one more time. Actually, this should say tweak, right? Not just add info. Hold on. Where is it? This one. Let me see if Mauler updated it or not. No, it did not. Add tweak. Tweak. There we go. Oh no, I only updated one game. Tweak. There we go. Tweak 2. Tweak 2. There we go. I pushed the dirt into his branch here. Okay, so there we go. Add tweak. Okay, introduces the scroll multiplier for all scrolling to bring the RMB scroll speed back to how it was at 30 FPS in the retail game version. Increase the upper limit of the scroll factor when set from the options menu. 0.2 to that instead of that to that. Yeah. Increase the scroll speed for edge key scrolling to better fit the high speeds of RMB scrolling. The multiplier of 2 was logically chosen because originally the scroll factor did practically not affect the RMB scroll speed, and because the default scroll factor was 0.5, it needs to be doubled to get to a neutral 1x multiplier. Okay, how about we build this and test it one more just in case. But I think logically this all looks good to me. It's scroll multiplier times this. And here, and this one is multiplied. I think this is good. Yeah, double scroll amount of RMB edge and keyboard scrolling. Double scroll amount for RMB edge and keyboard scrolling. Looks very good. Yeah. Okay. Player considered the neutral player faction is lacking a lot of information. It's a significant cause of crashes. Player slot 0 is implicitly initialized and accessed within the code as a neutral player, but the slots never get initialized in the same way that the other player slots do, leaving it identical to the leftover and uninitialized player slots in the player's array. Quite a few bits of information on the player make up part of the X for CSC, so we can't currently initialize them. Okay. Add support for selecting multiple structures in teams in World Builder. So in teams. Allow structures in teams. Structures in teams. If so, it's not that. No structures. No structures in teams. Okay, set allowed. Okay, I don't know what that means. Type team identity. Unit type. World Builder. Dialog. Unit type button. Okay, it looks pretty harmless, this change. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't know what it does really. What is the sorting? Team identity? I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I have no idea. What kind of types are there then? Let's see. Oh, it is a word builder type. Thing sort. Structure infantry vehicle. It was sorting type. Set allowable type. Any hacks? Oh. Retail but the structure appears as none in the team, but it's still contained. Gen minor world builder. Okay, but this really just affects world builder, right? Yeah. Then this can go just world builder. That's minor world builder. I do not know what. I don't know what this team's. I don't know what this team identity thing. this dialog, does, but logically this looks safe. Okay, let's test the scrolling one more time. Yeah. Scrolling, yeah. We just want to scroll around. Okay. Doesn't feel particularly fast. Slow. Well, it is fast. Yeah. Yeah. It's decently fast, I would say. Yeah. It is decently fast. I wonder if a player wants it to be faster even than that. Let me see. I mean, you get over the map pretty quick. But maybe a player would like to scroll even faster. But then you can change it in the options setting. I would say for the majority of players, the speed is decently fast. I assume they don't even go that fast. Yeah. It feels a bit too fast for my taste. Let's try a bit lower here. Yeah, it's still pretty fast. Let's try the default speeds. Yeah. It feels a bit slow. Yeah, it feels a bit slow. Maybe a bit faster. Maybe half. The relationship between the arrow scrolling and the drag scrolling is pretty decent. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. How about we let the game run here a little bit in those particles here. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. Scroll speed range seems decent. Players might be happy with it. How about we just say double the scroll amount for all scrolling types, for all scrolling controls. Double the scroll speeds for all scrolling controls. Scroll. Double the scroll speed for all scrolling controls. Maybe it's fine to name it like this because it's a bit more precise as to what exactly this affects. If you say all scrolling controls, you don't know which ones unless you know them all. I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay, I think we can push this then. Okay. What is this? Nice. Cool. Let's see if oh, we have a bunch of approved ones. Looks good to me, and knowing the background of this issue and how to trigger this is not something that can be easily resolved at the source without breaking compatibility. Okay. Random time crashing when a beacon is no longer associated with an initialized player. Yeah, that looks fair. Okay. How about we call this prevent crash? Prevent crash. Yeah. Because it seems it's not fixing the root cause of the problem, but it will prevent the crash when the bug occurs. Yeah. So the root cause still is that somehow this beacon is referring to an invalid player, right? So there's some weirdness and crash upon beacon removal. Prevent crash upon beacon removal in this function. Okay, cool. This change fixes unsafe logic in file system regarding closing and deleting files. Identified problems are file close, fix gen minor 0 hour. Yeah, we're setting delete on close at this point. Close. This is viewport adjustment only applying to videos, or also game viewports. Okay. It'd be good to have this also possible for a game. If use buffer IO, delete instance this, delete instance, delete on clause. Okay, I think we can merge this. this is also safe. Fix me up. Okay, I guess we can also merge this. Perhaps I'll reset to 0. Okay, I wonder what is the next thing that we want to work on. The next thing, we can probably move some more stuff to core. Maybe it's a good time to move some things. Yeah. What would be nice is if we can take the most egregious assert messages. Okay, so this is still running. Let me put the camera here on the particles. Yeah. To demote them to data asserts. Okay, so he wants to tackle these guys here. Let me see that. Memset. Maybe we can do that real quick. Okay, that's number one. Tree buffer. That's not found. That is found. Memset 0. Initialize false. Initialize true. What is this? Bogus. What is this? Particle info. It has pure virtual, yeah. Bogus. Second issue also occurs here for the particle info class. Particle info is probably never called. Because it's bogus. Right. Oh boy. Particle info. Merge related particle systems. It is called merge info, create particle, merge info. Okay, so this one. This doesn't look safe, yeah. Bogus. Crash. Well, it is bogus. I think we can just remove it. Yeah. Just remove it. Yeah. Effector bogus memsets. Remove bogus memsets. This change removes the bogus memset calls. Memsets calls. Bogus memset. Factor minor. Practically nothing changes. Resolves that. Circular monitor. Great. Okay, then I would say, what's the time? Yeah, 2 hours. I think I will end it here. Then the next session we can probably move something. I would like to move more things to core. There. Start with some more things. Yeah. Some small steps. complete. Maybe what we can check is if there is anything else that I need to act on in my reviews. I would like to clear that. Oof, we have 16 open. That's quite a lot. Oof. That's really a lot. Okay, but this one is handled. This one... This one needs working on. This one needs reviewing. It's reviewing. There's a conflict. What is going on here? That was weird. Some GitHub funniness, and I was seeing part of the open file function below. It was part of this function. Note from a local file archive. That file will be the one affected. So here we remove close. do not see problem. Okay, anything else? Okay, it's pretty, it looks like no one is in favor of this change. Looks like many people are against this, and Legionnaire is not reacting. I will close this. Product version allowed to show even when there's no product title. Move it outside of the if. I need to work on this, right? I will do this next session. Yeah. This one is approved. Okay, I will do this next session. And what do we want to move? Probably, let me see. Let's go to issues. This is it's here. Should probably also the gen tool stuff. Replicate gen tool here. This one we could maybe pin this guy. How do we do it? Pin. How do we pin this? Pin issue. There we go. We can move the string classes next. We moved file now. Game engine file. Let me shit. Unify file. So that is done and that is done. This one is also done. Okay, we're already making good progress. Move many unified. This one is not yet done. Yeah, let's do these here next session. And maybe these guys, and maybe here these guys. Good. We're not running out of work anytime soon. That's a good story here. Yeah. Okay, good. I will take I will end it here. Yeah. Then I wish you a great day or night until next time. Goodbye.